Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a Wet n Wild CenturyLink field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
There we go. Back match. 180.
Miles Sanders first carry of the game. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
Here we go. Hey, pick your game up.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And an alley to run. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 56 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. A good job of execution by them.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. 14, got it. There.
Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Working from the gun, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Norris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Nigel Bradham brings him down. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Reload. Quit talking about it and bring it. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch the run. Go.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Four down. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Hey, we got 53. Mike, 53. Watch the out. Hey. 53. Mike. Good touch.
Third and long. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyrell Williams, 56 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Waiting. Watch the pass. Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now Wentz on third down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. It's Norris, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
57, Mike. Hey, come on now. 57's Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming after you. Hey, alert. 57.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got you.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. On 1st down, Norris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 14 in the Seahawk 1st. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
57 Mike.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz now to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Check. 19.
From the 27, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Brandon Graham able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here.
Alert.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 39. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Grade 15.
From the 24, Wentz. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick-6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Throwing is Wentz, and it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
tacked on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Norris. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now the Eagles. Signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Switch.
Sunday. Hang in there now.
To throw is Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Eagles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
But has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Here we go. 20!
I'm scared. 58.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First down, Eagles.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Sunday. For Tokyo. Hey, Steve 6. Let's find two.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. That's going to be caught. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? He's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll keep it on the ground. Norris, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Penny, a first down carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
14, got it.
They go play action now. Wilson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Big stop, let's go.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick-6. He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The throw complete here to Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And that's good.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Norris. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give right side. It's Norris. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play action. Now Wilson. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This complete to Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 20.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside there to make the grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now Wilson on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Eagles, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.